Today we are going to get our next section of solfege for Carol of the Bells. So you'll need your Carol of the Bells solfege key, or you can use mine here. We've already gotten from measure 13 to 20, so now we're going to start at measure 21. Let's start with the tenor part. So make sure you're following the tenor line. And right there at measure 21, their first note is the fourth line, which is a mi, if you look at the solfege key. But you can also tell because the last note that they had was a mi. So the first note is mi, then it goes up one to fa. There's another one right after that. And it goes back down to mi and re. So that measure 21, the tenor part should be mi, fa, mi, re. Mi, fa, mi, re. On to measure 22. It's that fourth line for the whole measure. And we just said that was a mi. So measure 22 is 4 mi's. All right. Flip the page over and go to measure 23. Still on the tenor part. Now we're on the top space. Top space, which if we look at our solfege key, is a fa. And it's got two more fa's right after it. And then look, it goes on the word cheer. It goes to that top line, and that's a so, and then back down to fa. So at measure 23, you should have fa, so, fa. And then at measure 24, we got 4 mi's again. Okay, just like before. It likes to keep the tenors on that mi. So then measure 24 is full of mi's. Mi, 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 mi. Which one? Measure 23 was fa, so, fa. I'll say that again. 23 is fa, so, fa. Measure 24 is all mi's. And look what happens when we get to measure 25. This is the time I told you that the tenors finally get to take over the melody. And this is like the main melody of the song, the one you're used to hearing, this one. But the tenor's singing down here. And the solfege for that, every time it happens, is do, ti, do, la. So that's your solfege at measure 25. Do, ti, do, la. So I'm going to repeat this line just in case you want to double check. Starting at measure 23. Fa, so, fa, mi, mi. And then measure 25. Do, ti, do, la. Go down to measure 26, 27, and 28. They keep doing the same thing. The tenors keep doing that melody, which I just told you was do, ti, do, la. So let's mark that for measure 26. Do, ti, do, la. Measure 27. Do, ti, do, la. 28. Do, ti, do, la. Okay? So you just have do, ti, do, la for that whole line, tenors. Look up at me once you've gotten that written in so I know I can go on. Okay? All right, let's go down to the bottom line. Measure 29. The tenors have dotted half notes all the way across the line, and it's all in the same note. Show me a hand sign for what that note is. Yes, it's a la, the whole line. So here's measure 29, they have a la. 30, they have a la. 31, they have a la. 32, they have a la. Okay, and then turn to the back page for just a second. Look at measure 33, 34, and 35. They still have la, but here's something interesting. You only have to write it on the first note, because it has a dotted half note tied to a dotted half note tied to a dotted half note. And the reason they use that, this line is the tie. The reason they do that is they want the tenors to hold that note for 9 beats. That's right, 3 plus 3 plus 3. Well, why don't they just come up with a note that's worth 9 beats? Ooh, somebody said it, because there's only 3 beats in each measure. It can only fit 3 beats in a measure. So if they run out of room in the measure and they want the note to be longer, they just tie them together like that. So you're not going to go la, la, la. You're just going to go la. It's just one held note. So I don't care. You don't have to write it again, because once you hit that la, tenors, you're just going to stay on it throughout. Okay? Nod your head if you're with me so far. Great. That's what we're getting for the tenor part. Now let's go back and pick up the basses. Go back to the second page, page 4. Measure 21. Measure 21, bass part. So make sure you're looking at the bass part. The basses, this is where the basses get the melody. This is where the basses get the main melody. So I'm looking at my bass key. It starts off right on top of the staff. When I look at my staff, right on top of it, it's a do. What did I say that main melody was always going to be? Josh?
Do, ti, do, la.
Do, ti, do, la. So basses have it in measure 21 and 22. Do, ti, do, la. Do, ti, do, la. So there's our bass part for measure 21 and 22. Both measures they sing do, ti, do, la, which sounds like this, basses. Sound familiar? Okay. Let's flip the page. You guys are doing great. Thank you for staying quiet. 23 and 24, guess what? Keep doing it. 2 more measures, basses. Do, ti, do, la. Do, ti, do, la. Look at measure 25. Third line, basses, third line. So let's come down here. And your third line on your bass clef key is a mi. So measure 25, basses sing mi for 3 counts. So put a mi at measure 25. Go down to measure 26. It wants to keep them there for a while. They've got another mi at measure 26, and another mi at measure 27, and another mi at measure 28. But then look, the last beat of measure 28, they go to a fi, F-I. It's a fa that's raised up. So that last note is one of the weird ones. It's a fi for the basses. So on 26, they have a mi. 27, they have a mi. 28, it's mi, e, fi. So just when they get kind of comfortable in that mi, then on that last beat, it has them walk up to a fi. All right, let's go to measure 29. Thanks for staying with me. Measure 29, 4th line. Go up here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a so. And I actually wrote this wrong right here. Okay, measure 29 is a so. Oh, sorry. There you go. And then measure 30 is a fa. The reason it puts that flat there is to tell you that it's not fi anymore. It's just a regular fa. Okay? And they're going to keep walking down. Measure 31, mi. Measure 32, re. So for that bottom line, basses have so, fa, mi, re, which just sounds like this, basses. Just like you'd think. It walks right down the scale. Now let's get one more note at the top of the next page. Remember when I had you write that one note at the end that you needed, I said just a couple of times? Here it is. La. How come I'm only writing that la one time? Sharetta, how come I'm only writing it one time? Brody?
Because all the measures, they're tied together.
They're tied together. Okay? I will tell you this. Some of you basses don't have that low la. And if you don't, you can just go so, fa, mi, re, and you can go to this la instead. Because the tenors will be on that one, because some of you can't go. Most of you have that, but if it's too low for you, you can just go. Okay? Because the worst thing is to sing a note when it's all raspy, rumbly, because it doesn't come out clean. So we'll figure out which one you can sing more cleanly. But that's the solfege that we're adding for Carol of the Bells for today.